What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? Ain't nobody in here yet, but what's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in to another YouTube video. This is going to be my first show on the new Heavy Sports channel. Yeah. Now we still gonna do all live streams on any streams on this Twitch channel. Hey, I'm Heavy, as you can see right here, right there. Hey, I'm Heavy, and then, but we created a new sports talk show called Heavy Sports. Might change it to like Heavy Sports Show or something. But like, yeah, you get the point. But yes, I hope you enjoy. I just get a little background on myself. I have been following sports since 2008. My first team I watched on basketball was the Lakers, and quickly became a Kobe Bryant fan. And then, being born and raised in Tennessee, when I got into football, became a Titans fan. And in 2008, y'all already know CJ2K. Shout out to that man. Like, I don't know why I pointed up, but shout out to Chris Johnson, man. He dealing with what he's dealing with. But yeah. But I've been a Titans fan and Lakers fan since 2008. I've been playing soccer since I was 3. I know how to play basketball, football, but I've been watching football, basketball for since 2008. So we got quite a bit of ball knowledge. I I've been I've been following all teams, even when my teams are not good. Like the Titans are not always good, and the Lakers are not always good. Shout out to the Titans, are never always good. I I've always followed almost. I always follow the storylines and everything that's going on in the sports scene throughout the season. So I can damn near tell you. I can talk sports with you all day, especially football and basketball, especially from I say I can't give a specific year, but specific 2015 and up, I definitely can tell you everything. But from 2008 to 2015, the Titans are trash, and I mean I remember I watched it, but I didn't really watch it when I first got into it. But I've been playing hella sports games. Y'all see on the main channel that I have a bunch of gaming clips. I've been getting into sports games a little bit more, like basketball, FIFA, Madden, recently because I took a short break, but we back. But yeah, but that's enough about my background. I'm finna get into what y'all came here to hear, and it's the best teams in the NFL. Unfortunately, my team is not up there. Them Titans, we got a long way to go. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is our first sub? Holy shit, this is our first sub? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Hey! First sub. And he gifted 5 subs. Oh my lord. Thank you. Ah! Shout out to that man. Shout out. What is that? Reddit TXX. Hey, thank you so much. You just made my motherfucking day. Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh my lord. This I cannot believe this. First sports show, we get 5 subs gifted. Oh my lord. Let's go. Dude, I'm so I don't even know what I was doing. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. That just I don't even know. I was not expecting. I seen the notifications, the chat kind of go up, and like, damn. Thank you so much. Are you a sports? I'm guessing you're a sports fan for clicking on it. What's your favorite sports team in the NFL? All right, now let's get into what we came here for. I got distracted. All right, best teams in the NFL. Now, before I show y'all my list, I'm gonna tell you how I did this. When I did this rankings, I first I went to ESPN. I took a list of like the best roster, but I didn't look up their top 10. I looked up their best rosters of the year. So going into the year, they had in order Rams, Eagles, Seahawks, Bills, Ravens, Lions, Patriots, Broncos, Texans, Packers, 49ers, Chiefs, Chargers, Cowboys, Bengals, Jaguars. In order, that's the best roster. Now, for my top 10, it's a lot different than their best roster. I mean, besides the Rams being at the top, Rams at the top, Bills still in my top 5. But let me show y'all. All right, this is my top 10 teams in the league. Now, based off of trust. Now this list is based off of trust. Like if I had to put money on it, these teams for one will be in the playoffs, and these teams will probably win the game. If it's not these 10 teams, one of these 10 teams is gonna for one win the Super Bowl. It's not. I know. I'm not making groundbreaking discovery by saying these 10 teams are going to win. I'm choosing the best team, so obviously there's a good chance they can win it. But these 10 teams, I think, for one, a lot of these teams won a playoff game last year, and a lot of them, besides the Eagles and maybe the Seahawks, they didn't really get, none of these teams really got worse. The teams that won the Super Bowl, in the playoffs last year. All right. Now, when I made this list, I put it on teams that I can trust. I made this list based on teams I can trust, based on history, based on going into the season health wise, how they ended last season, how they go into the season, what's the mood, what's the vibes. Like the Chiefs are not in my top 10, the Ravens are not in my top 10, and the Bengals are not in my top 10. And that's because all of them got major question marks. Chiefs, obviously, we don't know if Mahomes coming back, and we don't know about the weapons that are going to be better than last year. And last year, with healthy Mahomes, they didn't win. Ravens, Lamar Jackson. That's the big key. Lamar Jackson and the new coach, and is the defense gonna be better? And then with the Bengals, what I gotta say about the Bengals, man? Joe Burrow, is he gonna be out there? Like, come on now. And then we got, who else did make my top 10? Nobody from the South. Nobody from the NFC or the AFC South got in. But yeah, let's get into it. Now, this is my top 10 teams based off of trust. Boom. As you see, we got at number 1, we got the Rams. At number 2, we got the Seahawks. And then at number 3, we got the Broncos. 4, we got the Bills. And at in the top 5, we got the Patriots. Now, if you could tell, 4 of those teams made it to the championship game last year. And one of them didn't, the Bills. And the Bills are ranked above the Patriots. Now, I put them above the Patriots because now we're finna go back to what I said at the beginning. Trust. For one, I do trust the Bills a little bit more than the Patriots. Just slightly. It's 4 and 5. I trust them slightly better. And for one, the Patriots had such an easy schedule. I'm not even going to talk about the playoffs. We're going to talk about the regular. They had such an easy schedule last year that when they got a good team, they dominated their schedule. Now they finna have a first place schedule, and we're gonna see. They gotta prove it. But they went from bottom of the league to now in my top 5. And I don't know, in other teams, in other analysts' eyes, other teams' eyes, they're definitely in a lot of people's top 10, top 5. But they're number 5 for me. The Bills, I'm putting them higher for one because of the coach. New coach who's an offensive coordinator for the Bills, so the offense ain't finna change. Defense might struggle a little bit, but it's really that offense. Like, if they can get that offense right and dominant, the defense is can be mediocre because they got an MVP at Josh Allen. But with Josh Allen and with the new addition of DJ Moore, another year for the other receivers like Keon Coleman, the young dude. I don't know if they're gonna keep him if he's gonna get right, but with DJ Moore taking the main focus, the rest of the receivers can play their true role and be role players. DJ Moore is, I won't say he's a true number one at this stage of his career, but he's still really, really good. He's still the same DJ Moore. He still can be your go-to option. Now, is he gonna get you 1,500 yards? Probably not. But is he gonna get you 1,000, 1,200, 1,300 yards? Yes, he can. Especially with Josh Allen. Now, with Josh Allen, with a guy like DJ Moore who's a stud, it's gonna be a good 10. I'm really high on those two. And then they still got James Cook. So that trio is gonna be nice. And then the Patriots, it's like, to get back to the Patriots, it's like we don't know how good they're gonna do against good teams all year long. Even though they will be really good with AJ Brown, and then Drake May is gonna be much better. But I'm picking, I'm picking the Bills over the Patriots. But then the Broncos, Seahawks, and Rams, they're just clear better. I'm gonna do more of a deep dive later, but I want to explain why I got the Patriots, who was in the Super Bowl, at number 5. Now at number 6, we got the Bears. Then we got number 7, we got the 49ers. We got the 8, the Cowboys. Now, I might be sipping too much Kool-Aid, but I'm kind of high on the Cowboys this year. I think with the addition, not the addition. I'm thinking they did get some additions with a much improved defense, and another year under the same system with the coach who's offensive guy. Another year for the offense with the George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb. Was it Williams as running back? Devontae Williams, I think that's his name. Another year for that offense to gel again. First year they was dominant. Second year I expect the same. I don't expect too much of a drop off. I mean, teams are gonna probably try to figure them out, but they're not going to. I don't feel like they're really gonna stop them too much. It really don't come down to health for Dak Prescott. But then we got. And if that defense improves, that offense is potent, and these Cowboys can easily crack the top 5. Stephen A's top 5 list. Stephen A's list. But anyways, I think the Cowboys could really make something shake this year, and I'm kind of big on them. I'm bigger on them than the Lions and the Eagles, because the Lions, with that division and the fact that they can never, to me, stay healthy by the end of the season, I don't have that much in the confidence in the Lions. See, now this is where we get nitpicking at the bottom of the list, because now we started getting to territories of teams that are all similar. Like the bottom of my list, and like the teams that I kept out, like the teams that are, I didn't make a list from 11 through 20, 11 through 30, but there's a lot of teams that are right there outside the top 10. Like they're so close. Like me personally, I say the Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, Bills, and Patriots. That top 5's in a tier in its own. Now I might put the Rams in the tier of their own, but I didn't really think too much on that one. But 6 through 10, well, 6 and 7, they're locked. 8, 9, 10 could be interchangeable. But personally, I say the Cowboy. I'm bigger on the Cowboys than I am on the Lions and Eagles, because the Lions can never stay healthy, and they lost David Montgomery, so I don't know if that offense. And then the offensive coordinator, we don't know about their offensive coordinator, but they're still gonna be really good. Don't get me wrong. The Lions are still gonna be really good. It's just they're not as, I don't put them above these other teams. And then we got the Eagles. We already know about the Eagles, man. Jalen Hurts, so inconsistent. And then they lost A.J. Brown. I mean, Devontae Smith is good, but who's going to fill Devontae Smith's shoes as number 2 on the team? We don't know. So we're going to see. But this is my top 10. Tell me what y'all think. Let me know if you agree or not. Um, my little brother texted me because he wouldn't let him in. He said, let me tell y'all what he said. He said, oh, he said he's a Falcons fan. Yeah. Falcons, if they had a quarterback, they'd be good too. They'd be good too. They just need a quarterback. Do y'all believe? Or my Falcons fans, y'all Tua, Team Penix. All right. But yeah, but these are my top 10. Let me know what you think. I'm finna do more now. Hang on, let me switch it up. All right, now I'm finna do more of a deep dive, a little bit more of a deep dive. Not too much of a deep dive, but like just a little bit more reasoning, and give y'all reasons on why I chose who I chose. But let's start with the number one team, the Rams. Now, we all know what happened last year with the Rams. MVP Matthew Stafford. Puka Nakua going crazy like usual. Devontae Adams, red zone monster. I think dude had 14 touchdowns last year. Like, what? Like, damn. And then their running back is good, but and then they get to the NFC Championship game and lose in a nail biter, a 50-50 game. Really, that game was almost decided like a week or two beforehand when the Seahawks and the Rams played in the regular season game, and the Seahawks beat them. But there was that controversial call with the fumble, and Charbonnet picked up the ball in the end zone and it was like touchdown because it was a fumble. So whoever won that game got home field advantage, and the Seahawks won that game, so Seahawks got home field advantage in the playoffs against the Rams, and Seahawks ended up winning the Super Bowl. Now, to be honest, whoever won that game, low-key would have won the Super Bowl. I mean, we already seen the Seahawks win. I think the Rams would have won it too. But yeah, now we finna now fast forward to this year. Just there. They trade for Myles Garrett. Lose Verse, I think that's his name. Lost Verse, but it's Myles Garrett. It's a good trade off, especially if you're trying to win this year and next year. Myles Garrett is the guy. They get Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs and Jalen Watson from the Chiefs. Two stud ass quarterbacks. Just off those three names alone, this team is way better than last year. Because last year, we all know about the secondary issues the Rams had, and we all know about the special teams issue the Rams had. So you would think they would have gotten better with the special teams. Probably, I don't know. They got a new special teams coordinator, but you would think that they would be better than they was last year on special teams. And then, but you can't guarantee because my Titans were so bad for so long on special teams. And then we go to I'm sorry, I was just looking at something. And then we got the what was I talking about? Rams. Special teams. Yeah. You can't guarantee new special teams gonna be better, but you would think they're gonna be better because it's a Super Bowl team. You would think the special teams gonna get better. And then that secondary was so bad. The Panthers, who are good, I respect the Panthers, but the Panthers gave them a run for their money. Like, the Rams' issue was not their offense. The Rams' issue was not their offensive line or defensive linebackers. It was that secondary, that specifically the cornerbacks. But so we're gonna see. It should be much better. You expect it to be better on special teams, and then the cornerbacks will be better. Myles Garrett on the team is gonna be fucking Oh my God, that defense is going to be potent, especially if the corners can hold up. And then we all know about the one wild rumor that's going around with the Rams, and his name is Aaron Donald. If Aaron Donald returns, it's a wrap. This is clearly the best team in the NFL and obvious Super Bowl favorites. But that's just the Rams. Now let's go to the team that beat them. The reigning, defending Super Bowl champs. The Seattle Seahawks. Now the Seahawks shocked the world last year, winning with Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker. Like the Kenneth Walker story. If you know about the Kenneth Walker story, not like his personal story, but I'm talking about his journey in the NFL, like how his NFL career has gone. It was an amazing season. It was such an amazing. They did perfect. They did everything perfect last year, like with Sam Darnold and the offense, and sharing their workload with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Like last year, the Seattle Seahawks did everything right. Did everything right. They had health on their side. They had luck on their side. That like you already know about their fan base and the home field advantage. Like playing in Seattle's already rough, and then they got especially now they got a good team, and they got the home field advantage on top of that as well. And it's like, man, and they low key, I didn't pay that much attention, but from what I know, from what I've heard, and kind of keeping up with it, they didn't lose much except for Kenneth Walker, which is gonna be huge. And how they're gonna replace that is anybody it's gonna be needs to be important on how they replace it. And it's gonna be paramount to their if they think they're gonna repeat this year. But even if they don't really replace everything that they had last year in the running game, they still got Zach Charbonnet and they drafted a new running back. So they run game should be decent. It should be decent. And on top and that's all they need when they have a passing attack with Jackson Smith and Jigba and Sam Darnold. And they got Rashid Shaheed. They still got Rashid Shaheed. And you know that guy's a burner. So the Seahawks, they at number 2, that's perfect for them. Like they're Super Bowl champs. They had to be at least in the top 3, if not top 2 or number 1. Like they had to be. Like you can't put the Super Bowl champs who didn't fall off much. Like depending on how much value you put on Kenneth Walker and how much you even really paid attention to the team, because Kenneth Walker, yeah, he was a stud and he was a big part, but the combination of him and Zach Charbonnet and them not putting Kenneth Walker in a situation where he can get hurt, where he was healthy for the postseason. Because Kenneth Walker's a beast. Top 5 running back when healthy and everything is working. Kenneth Walker is that dude. But he is injury prone. He is so injury prone. And it's like they did well in the monitoring. So we're gonna see if the Chiefs do that too. But with that passing, with that offensive firepower they had last year, it's not gonna be. It's damn near the same this year. Just minus Kenneth Walker, but Kenneth Walker wasn't even overly used that much. They were so smart. I'm so happy that they did what they did last year. But we're gonna see if they can find a way to have more success this year. But let's go down to the number 3 team, the Broncos. Ooh. Now, these Broncos were right there. They were right there last year. When they lose 10-7 in the AFC Championship game with a backup quarterback, Jarrett Stidham, you the season's over. When you lose 10-7, you have no choice but to feel confident going into this season. When your starting quarterback gets hurt, not midway through the game, because midway through the game you can adjust and the team can rally behind the backup quarterback and y'all can find a way. But when you're starting a game with a backup quarterback, oh, it's GG's, and like that's not what you can do. They did well, 10-7. I mean, Sean Payton did some things that he shouldn't have did, and that ruined the team. I mean, that lost him the game. But like, if you had your quarterback, you wouldn't have to be perfect. Like Sean Payton had to call that game perfectly to win that game, and a couple miscues here and there lost him the game, as we all saw. But but yeah. So coming into this season, basically bringing back the team, and that defense still being still being intact and still supposed to be as dominant as it was last year. You you can't help but say the Broncos are the best team in the AFC and third best team in the NFL. And then this is what they did in the offseason. Okay, I don't know everything they did in the offseason, so don't hate, don't get on to me too much. But adding Jalen Waddle, oh, that's like when the Seahawks added Rashid Shaheed. So now Cortland Sutton, I'm not saying he's JSN. We still and JSN is JSN, but Cortland Sutton is a beast. And then having a big body receiver who can catch the ball short, medium, and long, a true number one receiver, paired with a speedster who's not just a speedster. I think Jalen Waddle may be better than Rashid Shaheed because he's not just a deep threat guy, but Jalen Waddle is definitely a deep threat guy. On top of being able to catch the ball in all these different spots, on top of Sean Payton being the offensive genius that he is, like you can't expect this team not to flourish. You can't expect them not to flourish this year and do something amazing. Um, and then look at what they did last year with almost beating the Patriots with a backup quarterback. Credit, the Patriots are better this year. They do got AJ Brown, so their offense is gonna be better this year. But whether or not whether or not AJ Brown makes how much improved the Patriots are because AJ Brown, the Broncos are drastically better than they were in that game because they didn't. For one, they're gonna have their main quarterback on top of adding a receiver in Jalen Waddle. So if the defense can do what they did last year, on even though adding AJ Brown, of course they're gonna score probably a little bit more points, but with the Broncos defense still being probably the best in the NFL, the offense is getting a lot better. Sean Payton still being one of the best coaches in the NFL, and you cannot, no, you can't tell nobody. I mean, you're not gonna tell me that the Broncos are not the best team in the AFC. Yes, the Patriots won the AFC, but they got smacked in the Super Bowl and they beat the Broncos with a backup quarterback. So you're not finna tell me, you can't tell me the improvements from that game from each team does not favor the Broncos. Now, let's move on to the next team, the Bills. Now, the Bills, of course, got Josh Allen. They got James Cook. They do get a new coach. So, compared to last year, they kept the same receivers that helped Josh Allen win MVP. They still got James Cook at running back. They still got the same tight ends. Now they add DJ Moore this year. And I like DJ Moore a lot. Like, DJ Moore is a stud. Like, true number one. He's going to probably get you 1,200, 1,300 yards this year. with Josh Allen. If not more, because Josh Allen is really that good at throwing the football. And DJ Moore is that dude who can get open, make good catches, contested catches, good route runner, like top 20 receiver in the league. Hands down, top 20 receiver in the league. Um, and it's like the Bills are always knocking the door. So the Bills are going to be there, and I have a lot of faith in not this receiving core, this offense because of the coach Joe Brady, who was the coordinator the past couple of years and has helped Josh Allen go from turnover prone to MVP. MVP. He was been MVP candidate. Now he MVP. As well with the I was reading something. And then with James Cook, at running back, y'all's got to need a running back, and then with this receiving core, Josh Allen has done so much with the receiving core without a true number one. Now with a true number one, these other guys are gonna get one-on-one chances. They're gonna get better looks, better coverage, better opportunities. Now that they got a number one receiver that can get more attention, because DJ Moore is gonna lead the team in receiving yards and receiving catches and receiving targets every game, damn near. And if he's not leading them, that defense is probably because the defense is keying in on them, and Josh Allen is able to get the ball to someone else who's wide open, and maybe someone else get a much bunch of yards. But DJ Moore's gonna have such a huge effect for this Bills offense and these other Bills receiver who are better in a secondary and role. They're not a main focus receivers, none of them, but they're really good number 2, number 3 receivers. They have a whole bunch of number 2s and number 3s on the team. But yeah, I think the Bills gonna be right there, and I got them over the Patriots. And now now that I'm saying that, let's get into the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots, they're good. Like, they're really good. They're number 5. I mean, I wish my Titans were number 5. That was in the top 5, top 10 discussion. I wish my Titans was. I could say that, but. And the Patriots, like Drake May, franchise quarterback. They did good. Running backs, really good. 2 good running backs. Receivers, really good. And we're not even gonna talk about AJ Brown yet. I'm just talking about what I've thought of the team from last year. We're talking about, from all these other teams. We're gonna keep the same agenda. I'm talking about what they did last year. Drake May, really good last year. I had him for MVP. Running backs, 2 solid, good running backs. Receivers, all good and play their role. Now, what I'll say now let's get. And then defense was really good. Mike Vrabel, good coach. Josh McDaniels, I think that's his name. All these McDaniels, McVays. I think his name is Josh McDaniels. He is like, you talk about the perfect offensive coordinator. Like him, offensive coordinator, like one of the best offensive coordinators in history of the NFL. And it was like with him, with Drake May, and the receivers and the running backs they had last year, they did really good. Credit against bad teams, but they were really good. They were still really good. And now this year, I think they added Romeo Doubs and A.J. Brown, but they got Romeo Doubs off of the Packers, and Romeo Doubs is a solid receiver, like solid 700-yard receiver, 700 yards in a season receiver, who can make catches and does his job. Like, not everybody needs to be all that. You need people who just going to show up and do their job and is not expecting 10, 15 catches every day. He's cool with 4, 5 catches for 60 yards, 50 yards. I mean, you need those because those are crucial. Those are so crucial because you got A.J. Brown who's going to get to 10 catches, 11 catches, 12 catches. for a buck 50, a buck 25. Like they got a number one in AJ Brown. Now, I think it's Keyshawn Booty, beast. What was that other receiver name? Who was the receiver who was the reason they even got touchdowns in the Super Bowl? I forgot his name. Mac Hollins. Ooh, Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins. Like they got him, Demario Douglas, Romeo Dobbs, Booty. Like they got some good people outside AJ Brown who could elevate. But AJ Brown is going to elevate those other guys, and we're going to really see what those other receivers are really made of, because now that their role is going to be much easier, they're gonna have, like, one of them might have a breakout season. They might, and it's gonna be exciting to see. But I got a number 5 because they had an easy schedule going into the season. They had an easy schedule last year, so it's like going to this season with a much harder schedule, getting whooped in the NFC, getting whooped in the Super Bowl, and barely beating the Broncos 10-7 when they had a backup quarterback. I got them at number 5, and then nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can be mad about it, but you said number 5. I mean, and just because I say you're number 5 does not mean, and you know you're good, Patriot fans. Y'all know y'all good. Y'all know y'all gonna be in there. Y'all, if y'all don't win the division, y'all gonna be the top spot in the wild card. Probably y'all gonna be in the wild card. Y'all definitely making the playoffs. So just because you're ranked number 5 does not mean that I think you're bad. You're not gonna be good. Just because you're. This is just preseason rankings going into the season. And I mean, look at the Eagles team back in the day. Not back in the day with Nick Foles, when the experts at ESPN and NFL networks were making their top teams of the playoffs, the Eagles was at the very bottom each week, all the way until they went to the Super Bowl and won it with Nick Foles. So just because you're ranked low, don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. It's not really a knock. You're getting ranked against other top teams, and it is what it is. Now, number 6. We got the Bears, the Chicago Bears. And it's crazy. Like, the Bears are now in the top 10, and the Commanders are now out of the top 10. And it's like, what? That's why it's like each year is different. Each year's storyline is different. The mood and the feel behind the Commanders and the Bears are so much different. It has flip-flopped drastically. Like, this time last year, people was thinking the Commanders was going to be competing year after year. Jaden Daniel was a top 5 quarterback already. He's not even in the top 10 quarterback list no more. It's not Caleb Williams in the top 10 list of top 10 quarterback list from ESPN now. So it's like the Bears just made the playoffs and they did crazy stuff. Last year, the Commanders made the playoffs and did crazy stuff. So it's like, what's gonna happen this year? And it's like the Bears, yeah, they lost DJ Moore from last year, but they still got Odunze and Luther Burton. Yeah. And then I don't know what they're doing at running back. I think they still got the 2 good running backs. But I think but from last year, hey, they did really good last year, like, for Bears standard. The Bears have always been okay to, like, they always been ass or mediocre or right there. Like, and like last year, I say they was slightly above mediocre, because only slightly, because their offense was not able to do shit in first half, 3 quarters of the game, and then they turn up in the 4th quarter. That's not a good team. That's not an elite team. I'm gonna say that's not an elite team. That's a good team who knows how to get hot and turn it up. elite teams, really good teams, can stay consistent. But being able to make great comebacks like that is a skill in its own. And being able to get down and not give up is a skill. And that's a very good skill to have. But going down every game, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. So the Bears, that's why I got the Bears at number 6, outside the top 5, but in the top 10, because Caleb Williams is good. The Ben Johnson is good. Is a really good coach. Um, the receivers are straight. Like they're so young. This team is so young. They're finna grow up and be. And oh man, ain't no telling what the future holds because they're young. They're young. They're young. It's like when you got a good team and everybody's young and on that rookie contract, like the ceiling is the sky's the limit for the future of the Bears when your whole team is young, you got young studs. Um, and then we go on to the okay. Sorry about that. I mean, losing DJ Moore is gonna suck, but I think they're gonna replace him just fine with Roma Dunze and Luther Burden. I think they get a third receiver, but I can't remember. But I think Roma Dunze and Luther Burden gonna do their job, do good. Now let's move on to the next team, the 49ers. Now I got the 49ers up there above the Cowboys, Lions, and Eagles, but behind the Bears, only because the 49ers are like, I won't say they're old, but they got some old heads, and then they got some they have some injury issues as well. Like they're coming off of a major injury plague season last year, and then it's like Christian McCaffrey carried them to the playoffs, like kept them afloat when Brock Purdy kept getting hurt. Mac Jones coming in playing remarkable. Like, can you really? Are they really expect that this year Brock Purdy gets hurt? Like Brock Purdy, you're starting the quarterback goes down. You expect to lose. You don't expect to win. You don't expect to have a positive record with a backup quarterback. You don't expect it unless you had a really good team around. And they do have a really good team. They have a really good defense, and they got a really good offense when everybody's there. Like Ricky Pearsall, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Juwan Jennings, who's not there no more. But last year, Juwan Jennings. I'm trying to think. I mean, they have a good team, and it's not Sean McVay. Shanahan is one of those offensive gurus, offensive geniuses who like will get the most out of any player on the team. So it's like if they can stay healthy on offense, especially on defense, and on defense, like defense was so bad. Their defense got hurt so bad everywhere. Oh, they did lose Robert Sala, so that's gonna be something. Like Robert Sala was able to make that defense still formidable even with all the injuries. So can they stay healthy, and is their new defensive coordinator gonna be good? Um, but can they stay healthy? And now they got Mike Evans of we talk about a true vet. Like Mike Evans, a true vet who gonna do his thing in a system who is really good at getting people open. Like and Brock Purdy is that dude. It's the perfect quarterback for the system because he's an accurate, very one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league, and he knows how to run that offense. He knows how to keep the ball. He doesn't panic, so he's not finna just do something stupid with the ball. He might make everybody makes mistakes, but he's not finna just panic and throw some bullshit. Will Levis, but and cost the team that game. Like when they went to the Super Bowl, he drove the team down at the end of the game and got a field goal to go up in that Super Bowl. And what happened? Mahomes got the ball and went down, scored a touchdown, and won the game. Brock Purdy did just good enough to win the Super Bowl. So the 49ers going to be good. They're going to be in there. It's just can they stay healthy? How's that division going to be? Because what is that? I got three teams. I think it's the West, NFC West, in the top 10. Rams, Seahawks, 49ers. They're the only team in here with three. They're the only division with three teams in the top 10, in the top 10. And it's well deserving. Like, and it's like, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like, I mean, last year people thought that, I mean, they did think that one of those three teams would have won between the Rams and the Seahawks specifically. Maybe not the 49ers, but they really did think the Seahawks or the Rams were going to go, even though they was beating up on each other. But they're going to be beating up on each other again this year. And who's going to get the number one seed? It's anybody's chance because, I mean, yeah, I don't expect the 49ers to get the number one seed, but I can see them being a reason why the Rams or Seahawks don't get the number one seed, or the Rams. The Seahawks, it's gonna be toughy. That's gonna be toughy. I don't know about the Seahawks getting number one seed, but winning the division, one of those teams, one of them has to win, and one of them is gonna be in third place, and it's gonna stop another one from getting number one. And like whoever plays who last, whoever plays who's last is really it's gonna be good. Like that division is so good, so interesting. It's just that division is just as good as the Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders division, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers division, Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers division, and the Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings division. Like not only is divisions like have all good teams, but the teams, the really good teams in the division do have a chance to win it all, or at least get to the Super Bowl. At least have a chance to get to the Super Bowl. Like these other divisions, like the Jaguars, Texans, Colts, three good teams who are all competing for the division, but you don't see them going to the Super Bowl. Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, good division, but you see them go to the Super Bowl? I mean, I don't know. Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, really good teams. And yes, you can see each one of those three teams go to the Super Bowl. Even the Commanders, because they got the NFC Championship game a couple years ago. It's just can they stay healthy? And now that they're not old on the defensive side, they might do something. They might get back to form. But yeah, a lot of these divisions are stacked. But this division itself is extremely stacked. Like the 49ers were just in the Super Bowl twice. In the NFC Championship game like three times in a row. The 49ers. So they're going to be there competing. But the Rams and Seahawks have definitely passed them. But it ain't going to be easy wins if they try to beat them. But yeah, I got hope for the Niners. Now we go to, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we go to the 8th team, the Cowboys. Now the Cowboys, that's really me buying that the offense is going to be the exact same as last year, and that the defense is going to at least be mediocre. If the defense is not god awful like it was last year, this Cowboys team could win the division. They could win the division. Let me look. I mean, I got them number one. I got them winning I got them at the top. I got them above the Eagles and possibly winning the division. I got them winning the division, like, possibly, because for one, the Eagles are so inconsistent on offense. It's just weird. And the Cowboys, like, their offense is so potent, and all they need is a mediocre defense, and I think they will, because the defense got almost mediocre last year, and they improved upon it in the offseason. So it has no. It'd be a catastrophe that defense is not better than it was last year, because they've got better players and they put in more time, and the coach, well actually there's no guarantee defense is gonna be better because the defensive coordinator is new, first time defensive coordinator, I think. So we're gonna see how that goes. But I really love this offense. Like, I love this offense. So with George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, His name's Williams, and I'm pretty sure they got a decent tight end. I expect this offense to be the same as last year. If I expect this offense to be, let me look at these teams. I expect this offense to be top 5. I expect this offense to be top 5, if not top 2. And we with a much improved defense, the sky's the limit this season. Like this Cowboys team could very well be top 5 throughout the season. I just can't put them there right now because they didn't do shit last year. So I mean, based on how they ended last year, and I'm really bumping them up. I'm really like, I'm putting my stamp on the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys, I hope the Cowboys don't let me down because shit, I got them in the top 10. I mean, number 8 ain't that bad. I'm not like, not number 7. Number 7 is not that good, but it's really, it's top 10. It's top 10. I got them in the playoffs, at least winning a playoff game. I got them at least in the divisional round of the playoffs this year. Let's move on to the Lions. The Lions, in my notes here, I got one thing for the Lions. For good stacked team. Even though they lost David Montgomery, still stacked. Like their team is still amazing. They still got the players on offense and defense. Now, the only thing with the Lions is 2 things with the Lions. There's 2 things with the Lions. One, they play in a good division. The Bears, Packers, and Vikings. And I'm saying Vikings because I believe they will be better this year. That is such a good division. All 4 teams are really good. All 4 teams are really good. And like even the Vikings last year, like they weren't good, but they was still competitive. You still had to try. Like they weren't my Titans. You didn't have to show up with your A game. You can beat my Titans without your A game, or your B game, or your C game. Vikings, you have to at least bring your B game. You couldn't just lay an A. You can't just throw 4 or 5 turnovers, 4 or 5 interceptions, and expect to beat the Vikings. No. You weren't definitely going to blow them out. Beat them, you probably could still beat them because J.J. McCarthy was really not that good, and the backups were not that good, especially if you played them when Carson Wentz was in there. Max Brosner is in there. But the Lions, they got a stacked team, but they play against a hard division. That's one. And number 2, they can never stay healthy. They can never stay healthy by the end of the year. Beginning of the year, they are on fire, blowing teams out, making everybody look stupid. Jahmyr Gibbs going crazy. Amon-Ra St. Brown looking good. Jared Goff being the perfect QB. Everything be perfect first part of the season. Then they get then they get hurt a little bit, and then the end of the year comes around and you're playing against good teams, only good teams, kinda, and each game matters. Each L hurts, so it's like, can they win those close games at the end of the year when it really, really, really matters? Because I remember the Lions have been blowing people out last year at the beginning of the year and put the football world on notice. Like, this Lions team is like, we are the Lions. We are the Lions. And it's like, they lose a couple games at the end of the year and the Bears creep up on them and pass them. And then I think they missed the playoffs. The Bears passed them and the Packers passed them late in the season. In the Lions, I think they missed the playoffs. I can't remember if they made the playoffs or not. And they're too good to not be in the playoffs, but they're a good team. They're a really good team. So we're going to see, can they stay healthy? And what is the division going to turn out to be? How hard is this division going to be? Like, is the Vikings going to be better? Is the Packers going to still be right there knocking at the door? And is the Bears going to make improvements? If the Bears are the same, that's still an issue. But if the Bears get better, that's even worse. And now we get to the last team on my top 10, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, now after the season they had last year, it's no crime to put them at number 10. Should they be in the top 10? Debatable. but they are number 10. So they are in the spot to be debated on should they have this spot. And I put them in because, for one, with all the issues they always have every year, they're in the playoffs. They find a way to win games. And they won a playoff game last year. Like, the fact that you can have all the problems that you have every year, have people yelling at you, have people critiquing you as much as they critique the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, they still find a way to win games. Even though they're winning ugly, they still find a way to win games in the regular season and get to the playoffs and win a game and be competitive. So they're in my top 10. And they have a stacked team. Not as stacked as it used to be, but they still stacked. Like, often, they still got Saquon. Who they had a tight end? Goddard? Okay. Devontae Smith, and then who they get? Hollywood Brown. Makai Lemon in the draft, who I don't know much about Makai Lemon, but I've heard great things about Makai Lemon from what he did in college. Who else they got offense? Hollywood Brown, Devontae Smith, Makai Lemon. That's all I can think of. I mean, I know they signed more people on the Wicks. Did they get Dontavian Wicks? Yeah. They got that boy I think they got the boy Dontavian Wicks from the Packers. I think. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong about that. But the Eagles' offense is still formidable, and we're gonna see if addition from subtraction is really gonna work for them by getting AJ Brown, because now they don't gotta force feed one person. Devontae Smith, Saquon, the rest of the team, the rest of the players on the team are mild mannered and okay. And even though they are superstar players, they don't demand the ball and demand superstar usage. Now it'd be smart for them to use them like superstars and give them the superstar usage like Saquon, Devontae Smith, and all that. But they don't have to do that. They got their personalities are on the Eagles are all somewhat the same. Now the defense, they got some dogs on that defense, so I don't know. But on offense, getting the ball to players, they ain't got to worry about that so much. Like, personality wise, they are chilled out on offense. So, and I think that could help. But like I read your word in that sentence, could, because AJ Brown is that dude. Like, losing AJ Brown is huge, and they're gonna hopefully Devontae Smith can make up some of that difference, and then the people around Devontae Smith, the other receivers, can they do enough to make it where they can't send the whole team of Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley? Can the other receivers punish the defense for stacking the box and doubling Devontae Smith? Stacking the box against Saquon and doubling Devontae Smith. Can the other receivers and tight ends make them pay? Can Jalen Hurts make them pay? And we gonna see. And it's like they're at the bottom because because they, for one, they have as you go down this list. I'm gonna put the list back up for y'all for a second. As you go down this list, your confidence in these teams slowly drop. Slowly. Like Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, I think those three teams, like those three fan bases and those three teams, feel amazing going into the season. Patriots and Bills, they feel good going into the season, but they have some questions. Like the Bills, do the offense have enough? Is Joe Brady the right guy as the coach? Is Sean McDermott, was he really the reason why they couldn't get over the hump? Will Joe Brady keep them at least leveled? Can they get better with Joe Brady at coach? Is the defense going to drop? Because now the head coach is no longer running the defense. So now things are a little bit dynamic wise on the defense because the coach, when you have a coach who is more offensive minded, he might take more risk. When you have a coach that's more defensive minded, he's gonna take less risk on offense. So they're gonna call games differently. Games are gonna be ran differently for the Bills. So that's the big question mark with the Bills. Their offense, kinda. The defense, how would the defense still be formidable with a new person running the defense and with the head coach now being more offensive minded? And yeah, I don't even know what other points I made, but yeah. And then the Patriots, their big question marks is do they really stack up well against good teams? Like, it's a first place schedule and them going against where here's the big question mark. Are they distracted by the offseason shenanigans? And two, was the reason the Patriots got the good seating that they did and had the success that they had last season, was that only because of a terrible schedule and injuries to their playoff opponents? Was that the only reason they had success last season? Now we're going to see. Now they're not sneaking up on nobody. I say the Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, tier 1. Tier 2, Bills, Patriots, Bears. Yeah. Bills, Patriots, Bears, and maybe 49ers are in tier 2 because those with the Bears, 49ers, Bills, and Patriots, they just need one or two things to go their way, and they could be in the Super Bowl. If they get hot and things go their way, they could be in the Super Bowl. Now, Cowboys, Lions, Eagles. Now, Cowboys are special. I wouldn't even put Cowboys, Lions, and Eagles in the tier. I put them in if everything goes white, Cowboys and Lions are different from the Eagles. Eagles tier 3. Eagles are in that tier 3, knocking that tier 2. Cowboys or Lions are in between tier 2 and tier 3 because I think if everything goes right with the Cowboys and Lions, if the Cowboys and Lions are who we think they are and who they could be, I put them over the Bills and the Patriots and the Bears and 49ers. I got them at 4 and 5, low key. I would put the Cowboys and Lions above the Bills, Patriots, Bears, and 49ers if the Cowboys and Lions, if everything goes right. But if not, if everything doesn't go right, then I got them right there. And as we've seen last year, the Lions barely missed the playoffs because it's not only 7 teams can get in the playoffs in a certain conference. And their record was really good. What was their record last year? Hold on. I know they had at least 11 wins. Okay, I lied. 9-8. They went 9-8 with the injuries and the late season resurgence of the other teams. Like 9-8. Okay, I thought they had 11, but they went positive. And they was on fire to start the season. Let me see what their record was to start the season. Boom, week 1. Blew out the Bears. No. Week 1. Okay, lost to the Packers. Okay, 0-1. Then they went 1-1. They beat the Bears. Then they beat the Ravens 2. Then they beat the Lions 3. Then they beat the Bengals 4. Then they lost to the Chiefs 4-2. Beat the Buccaneers 5-2. Lost to the Vikings. Like bullshitting around. 5-3. Blew out the Commanders, 6 wins. Lost to the Eagles, 6-3. Beat the Giants, 7 wins. Lost to the Packers, 4 L's. Beat the Cowboys, 8. Lost to the Rams, Steelers, Vikings. Beat the Lions to get their 9th win. They lost to the Vikings twice. Lost to the Steelers. Yeah, they lost to the Steelers and they lost to the Vikings twice. That's 3 L's that should not have happened. And yes, if would yada yada yada, if and buts, you had la 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 nuts and something. If the Lions, like I said, the Lions are right there. They had 3 bad games where they lost to teams that shouldn't have. They could have had 12 wins and been in the playoffs. They like a couple games here and there was all that is in the football season. Like a couple games here and there will cost a team playoffs, a good seeding, the number 1 seed, home field advantage in a certain week in the playoffs. Like so much goes into a 17, 18 week schedule. And winning certain games and losing certain games does it all. So the Lions are right there. Eagle, and then I got the Eagles to like that next group of teams that are right. They're on my list. I could make a case for other teams to replace the Eagles, but on my list, I can't. I can't really make a case for any team to replace 1 through 9. Maybe the Lions because they didn't make the playoffs, but and the Cowboys because they didn't make the playoffs. But going into this season, you should feel good. Like I said, trust. I'm trusting that these teams are going to be better, or not better, or at least do what we think they can do this year. I trust these teams to follow through more likely than not versus than these other teams. Now you can replace the Lions with the Packers, but the Packers did lose 2 stud receivers, not stud receivers, two core pieces that helped them do what they did. Like Dobbs gone, Wicks is gone. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. So we're gonna see, but yeah, I hope y'all fuck with my list. I hope y'all fuck with my takes. This is the first episode of my sports show. This is low key a dream of mine. I mean, a dream. This is a dream of mine, even though I ain't really got nobody watching. But it is what it is. We all start somewhere. So I hope y'all enjoy my first time, my first show. Please follow me on YouTube at Heavy Sports and Hey I'm Heavy on YouTube. Heavy Sports is where I'm gonna be posting this live stream too. And Hey I'm Heavy is where you can catch the stream live. But when the stream is over, it's going to be going up on the Hey I'm Heavy YouTube channel. No, not scratch that. It's going up on the Heavy Sports YouTube channel when this live stream is over. Now, if you want more content and you want to see me be more personable and you want to see me outside of this and talk about stuff outside of sports, that's when you go to Hey I'm Heavy. But if you want to hear me talk about sports, Heavy Sports, obviously. But if you want to see me live talking about sports, just follow me on Twitch. And this is where I'm going to be live talking about sports. And then yeah. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and follow. Follow me on YouTube. Come to Twitch. And follow me on the Purple app. I appreciate y'all. Please go to the comment section. Let me know how I did. Let me know how you feel about my takes. Let me know if you agreed or disagree with what I said. Let me know your favorite teams. Let me know if you liked about what I said about your favorite teams. Let me know if you think if I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. We out.